person I'm about to introduce to you this morning, I want you to know that I'm not going by your booklet because I've known him since he was beginning to grow in the Waller County area. I'm going to give you a brief biographical sketch with a few additions. The elder Dr. Michael W. Prince is a native of St. Louis, Missouri. He is a graduate of Vashon High School. Dr. Prince received his Bachelor of Arts degree in Communications from Prairie View A&M University in 1993. He continued to enhance his education and his career, receiving both his master's and doctorate degrees in ministry from the Kingdom Builders Bible Seminary in Houston, Texas. Dr. Prince is the pastor and founder of the Temple of Refuge Church of God in Christ in Prairie View, about 150 yards from my house. He has also founded the Never Ending Bible Club, and this serves the students after school at Waller Independent School District. This man is a man of service. He has served as volunteer coach for the Waller County Baseball Association, as well as chaplain and former vice president of the Economic Development 4B for the city of Prairie View. He has been a resident of Prairie View since 1988. He has served, in fact, we got out the vote, and he was elected to serve on the board of directors for the Waller Independent School District, and he continues to serve in that capacity today. He is the general manager and founder of Open Mic Broadcast Network, an independent radio station which serves the Waller County, Texas area. Dr. Prince has been blessed with the gift of voice, which has allowed him many public speaking opportunities throughout the country, from local, state, and national church platforms. Dr. Prince has been called as a motivational speaker and has served as moderator in various workshops and seminars. Now, his most significant achievement is when he married his wife, Stephanie. They have been united for 27 years, and they are the proud parents of 4 children, Michael Jr., Philip, Jasmine, and Aisha, and 1 grandson, Kader. Dr. Prince is a life member of the Prairie View A&M University National Alumni Association and a current member of the Prairie View Athletic Club. Stand and welcome our speaker, Dr. Michael J. Prince. Thank you. W, I'm sorry.
Good morning, and God bless each and every one of you. And let me first say thank you for this opportunity that I would have never imagined when I first stepped foot on Prairie View's campus back in January 10th, 1988, that I would be standing in this capacity. I was listening to the introduction, and I almost looked at my wife and said, "They're talking about me." And it's amazing how life can really blow right past you when you're doing something that you love. And I love serving my community. I love serving and representing this university. And I'm definitely proud to be the husband of my soulmate that I met on the campus of Prairie View. Now, they told me I had an hour to speak to you, so I'm trying to take my time. I was just making sure you were up, making sure you had your coffee and everything. Before I go, I would like to thank and honor to sit at the table with I almost called you Pastor Carl Young. I said, please don't. with President Carl Young and Mother Randall, and I'm sitting here reminding myself here, I thought I'd accomplished something when Mother Randall said she was class of 1939. 49, I'm sorry, I don't want to put you here. Class of 1949, and then our Brother Young said he was class of 1959. And I thought I was, 93. I said, I feel like a young puppy around here. But I want to be very brief with you, and whenever you give a pastor a microphone and you tell him not to preach, that's a hard thing to do. So I would want to refer one piece of scripture to you for this memorial service, and it's simply John 16 and 22. And it reads as such, "And ye now, therefore, have sorrow, but I will see you again, and your hearts shall rejoice, and your joy no man take it from you." We've just witnessed 41 beloved brothers and sisters move on to the afterlife. And if I were to share a topic with you this morning, it would simply be living to live again. Living to live again. Miss Rashad already told me don't get up here and preach. And I'm going to do my best to restrain myself. But Hebrews 9 and 27 says that it was appointed for man once to die. After that was the judgment. And there are 4 tangible things that unite us in this room today. Before I go there, I want to remember that memorial. I kept saying to myself, memorial. And it simply says, serving to preserve remembrance. And every one of those 41 individuals that we witnessed roll across that screen, someone within this room was connected to that individual. And a moment of joy came with a fond memory as you saw that person. One in particular for me was Dr. Kirkpatrick. And when I was elected to serve on the Waller Independent School District as a board of trustee, Dr. Kirkpatrick was my mentor. And he would say, "I'm barely kicking, but I'm still kicking." And part of our mission was to preserve the history of Prairie View, the city, as well as the university. And I'm proud to say that with his guidance and with his help, I was able to fight to ensure that our city has a brand new school built that keeps the name of Jones Elementary, that will be opening August of this year for the community of Prairie View, a $37 million project that will keep the memory of the university and the city flowing forward. And I'm truly proud of that and thankful for that. Now, as I mentioned, there are 4 things that I want to really bring to point that unites us all. And point number 1 is that God truly loves us all, even if you went to Texas Southern. He truly still loves us all, and we got to find a way to welcome and embrace them. But understanding that is the first tier that helps build the foundation of our remembrance of who we are and what we've done. Number 2 is that each and every one of us in this room, some shape, fashion, or form, has been impacted by Prairie View A&M University. And it's because of that impact that has molded us to become the individuals that we are, that make up this nation. Because everywhere we go, there is someone who has heard of Prairie View A&M University. I can remember being in Los Angeles speaking at a church, and I told the young ladies, or the congregation, that I was just outside of Houston, Texas. And I had a little lady sitting in the audience, and she pulled me to the side and she said, "Didn't you go to Prairie View?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "Don't you still live in Prairie View?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "We know about Prairie View. Don't you ever say you right outside of Houston ever again." So everywhere I go, I tell them that I'm PV proud. But those are the things that build and last the memories of what makes us uniquely Panther Nation. Prairie View does produce productive people. When I step foot on that campus, I come from St. Louis, Missouri, full of attitude, full of malice, and full of hate. Young man used to wave at me every morning on my way to class, and I didn't know him, and it would frustrate me. And I one day walked up to him and I asked him, I said, "Why are you speaking to me? Do you know me?" And he said, "No, sir, I don't. That's just what we do here in Prairie View." I said, "Stop waving at me." Now I find myself on the porch. "How you doing? Good morning. Beautiful day." But Prairie View took this young, angry man, taught him what it means to be productive, molded him in what it meant to be a positive impact, that even in a bad situation, you can find the light of hope. That even in a difficult challenge, you understand that there is still something worth fighting for. I get excited when I see the new stadium, but I'm so reminded of what it was like in 1988 and 1989 and 1990 when it was dark days on the hill. But we kept graduating. Oh, in 88, but we kept graduating. And I found out that it was more of a person to be able to stand up and face adversity, knowing that the chances are against them that they might win today. But enough in me to keep fighting to say, is today going to be the day? And finally, the change came, and the day broke. But no one wanted to talk about that. They wanted to remember the O in 88. And I get a chance to speak to all the athletes from time to time. I've been blessed to be able to be the voice of the Panthers for the broadcast on the radio, and I thank God for that opportunity, but I remind them from whence they came. Now, remember, I'm the puppy, but they call me old school. And I remind them, don't forget to remember that we're all standing on someone else's shoulders. And when we face adversity, we understand that just as that university was established in 1876, it was established out of need. It was established out of a desire to change our situation. Because we understood that the power and the key to life was a solid education. And with that solid education, you could change the course of a lifetime. Number 3 is simply this: change starts with us. We cannot point the finger at anyone else but ourselves. I heard the address of Dr. Simmons when she said she's going to raise the bar because she's here leading us on an interim basis. But I think we should even raise the bar that she sets, because Prairie View is our home. We are Prairie View. And who better to tell the story of Prairie View than a PV alumnus? Because I don't need anyone else to tell the story of Prairie View if you don't know what it is to be a part of Prairie View. And when we're talking about these memorial services, we got to remember, when we're living to live again, every one of us has a story to tell. I was taught that you live and create your eulogy. No one should have to scratch their head for a couple of hours to figure out what to say about you. When my time comes, because one thing for sure, we will all be a part of that Omega Alumni chapter of Prairie View A&M University. I want it to be said that Michael Prince was a man who loved God. Michael Prince was a man who loved his wife and his family. Michael Prince was a man who loved Prairie View A&M University. And Michael Prince did everything that he could within his power to preserve the memory and the legacy of our beloved university. The final thing that I would like to share with you is that our story should never die. Our memorials shall continue from here on out. This is the 43rd. I would love to be around for the next 43, but I doubt that. But maybe by preservation, maybe by dedication, and maybe by just pure luck, someone will remember what Michael Prince stood for. Someone will remember what you stood for, because we're all united through our beloved university. I want to share with you the words I know that need no understanding, but I want these really to soak into your mind and your hearts. Dear Prairie View, our song to thee we raise. I'm sorry. There's so much I could tell you, but I know I'm short on time. We sing our hymn of praise for memories dear, for friends and recollections, for lessons learned while here we lived, were lived with thee. For these we pledge our hearts full of devotion to serve thee throughout eternity. As days go by, our hearts will not grow cold. We'll love thy purple, thy royal, thy gold. Well, through our lives, exemplify the teachings. We'll always strive a blessing to thee. Thy children, I have a son that is now going to be a freshman at Prairie View. And I'm so thankful that we are building memories. I'm so thankful that we are still strong. And I'm so thankful that we will continue to get stronger. The 41 individuals that we acknowledge on today may be gone, but never forgotten. Because we have an obligation to them and our beloved university to continue to produce productive people. I thank God for you. Thank God for this opportunity. And may God bless us all.